What is a ghost and how do we get rid of it? In my years as a psychic medium, I've had many people approach me and say, Addie, there is a ghost in my house. It's freaking me out. I've smudged, I've saged, I've invited someone in and they said they could get rid of it and it hasn't gone away. What do I do? And I say to them, first you must understand what this thing is. What it isn't is a stuck soul. A ghost is not a stuck soul roaming the earth waiting for someone like me or someone like you to show them where the light is so that they can cross over. Don't you think that source knows how to retract its consciousness back? In other words, don't you think that we as the all-time powerful creator, when we die, don't you think we know how to go back to the non-physical? We do. No one gets stuck here. So if that's the case, you might say, then Addie, what would a ghost be? It looks like a soul that's stuck or a spirit without a body. Well, I like to think of it as a thought formation. In other words, it is simply a projection of a thought. What does that mean? Well, when we think, we create an energy, an electricity. And what we know from science is electricity or energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So when you are experiencing a thought, you are creating an electricity. And all thoughts that have ever been thought still remain. Have a think about that. All thoughts that have ever been thought still remain as a form of energy all around the earth. So when you are in a positive frame of mind, you attract positive thought formations and positive like experiences. When you are negative and you are experiencing negative feelings, you are attracting negative thought formations and negative like experiences. It is simply the law of attraction. Like attracts like. So what is a ghost? And how does that have to do with a thought? Let's think of it like this. When you're watching TV at night and you decide to go to bed, you switch off the TV and you switch off the light. And just for a couple of seconds, even though there's no electricity running to the television or the light globe, there's a residual glow coming off the TV and the light globe. That is residual energy. Residual energy which will dissipate over time. That is exactly what a ghost is. It is a residual energy, a thought formation. It is a thought which has taken on a form to reflect back to you. Everyone who's experienced a ghost before has had one common denominator. They are, in the moment of experiencing this ghost, feeling lower vibrational feelings. They're either depressed, they're having a really hard time in their life, and it is something that is reflecting back to them their current feelings. Another very common denominator is people who have experienced ghosts have experienced trauma in their childhoods. Trauma that has not been addressed and not been healed. If you have experienced a trauma that when you think back on it and it's been older than a year and a half and you still have some negative feelings associated when you think back on that experience, it means that your brain has that trauma unprocessed. It means that essentially, if this scenario comes up again for you, your brain doesn't know what to do to avoid the pain that comes along with it. That is something that you carry with you. And if you find yourself within the vicinity of a thought formation that is the same vibrational match, you may experience a ghost. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody who's experienced trauma is going to experience a ghost. No, it just means that you may have some psychic abilities which are lying dormant. It also means that you are currently going through a very depressed, lower, difficult vibrational state. It also means that you have some trauma. So it's an amalgamation of a few things. Essentially, seeing a ghost is actually quite a loving thing. I know it feels fearful, but it is your physical reality trying to say to you, hey, there's still something that is governing your life. There is still something that is bringing through to you really bad experiences with other people, with work, with money, with love, with all things that are going on in your life, you still have this thing that you're carrying with you. And so here it is in a reflective way. Here it is in a thought formation or a ghostly, scary kind of way to say to you, there is something that needs your attention. The way to move about and get rid of a ghost is essentially shift your vibrational state. In other words, all you need to do is feel even just slightly better. And so when you feel slightly better, you essentially shift your frequency. And when you've shifted your frequency, you can't see it and it can't see you because you're no longer a vibrational match. A lot of people will say to me, but how do children experience ghosts? A lot of children experience ghosts. A lot of children that are experiencing ghosts, there are a few things going on. One, there's turmoil within that household, so they are a vibrational match. And two, children are so brilliant at being able to detect the spirit world. And so if there is a sensitivity to detecting the spirit world and the family is going through some sort of turmoil, a child may experience a ghost. So if you want to get rid of a ghost for your child, have a look at the family dynamics and see what you can change right now. What are you finding yourself in an abusive relationship? And abusive doesn't have to be physically abusive. It could be emotionally abusive. Just have a look around and see the family dynamics. Something needs to change. That is all a ghost is saying to you. A ghost is saying to you, something needs your attention and it needs your attention now. Do not fear the unknown. All it is showing you is the unknown about you. It is reflecting back to you, you. You need to come to a place within yourself where you begin to feel comfortable and happy with the choices that you're making. You need to come to a place in your mind where your mind knows what action it needs to take in order for it to keep you safe. If you have experienced trauma and your brain doesn't know what it could have done in those moments to avoid that trauma, you will carry that. And you will attract like scenarios with different people. Perhaps you've had a terrible relationship with your mother. In the future, in order for you to heal that, you may attract other females that are reflecting back to you that you don't know how to avoid pain from these people. And so they bring up those feelings of pain and trauma and discomfort in order for you to experience them in real time so that you can heal them. Everything in this universe is brought to you through love. Even something as scary as a ghost. The universe is continuously trying to show you you. It is continuously trying to show you the parts of you that aren't preferable, that are actually leading you to have negative experiences. And once you identify the parts of you that you do not prefer or wish to take charge of and look into and embrace and shower with love, it is then where you will shift your frequency enough so that you don't experience a ghost, but also don't attract other people that continuously show you the negative parts of you. God, Source, your higher mind, whatever you want to call it, loves you so much and wants you to be here. And so essentially what you're getting shown is this is the one thing, or this is the series of little things that are not helpful to you. Please look at them. Here they are. Please look at them, address them, love them, understand them, heal them. And when you do that, you will have a much better time being here. And that is all. That is all Source wants you to do. Be happy to be here. How many people can say, I'm happy to be here? So many of us are struggling, especially now, with coronavirus and all sorts of different things going on. We chose to be here. Please look at the things and the people and the circumstances and scenarios that are going on in your life as an opportunity to look at who you are in order to choose what you prefer and alter what you do not prefer. I'm sending so much love to each and every one of you.